You again? Dude, what are you doing? You were here like 20 to 30 years ago. I told you to leave because I was filming a movie review. I'm still doing that. You gotta get out of here. What's going on, everybody? Jared here with another sequel franchise of a movie review. Now, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it seriously helps me out and it keeps you guys up to date on this channel's newest content, movie reviews, trailer reactions, fun comedy skits, all sorts of stuff. Anyways, though, the Terminator franchise is back at it with its latest sequel, Terminator Dark Fate. The plot from T2 is repeated as a new Terminator and human hybrid are sent back in time to kill and protect a young woman. So is Dark Fate the perfect course correction for this franchise? Let's find out. But before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of Terminator Dark Fate in the comments down below, and what's your franchise ranking of these 6 movies. Now let's get into some of the good. Getting right into Terminator Dark Fate, honestly, from the opening first 5 minutes of the movie, it felt like it was a course correction. Obviously, they went back and they sort of retconned Terminator 3, 4, and 5. Jenny Smith, don't even get me started on that one. But it felt like it was a return to form because it's very much picking up right after T2 Judgment Day. And it felt on par with the franchise, or what the franchise had been. So I liked how they forgot about a few movies, came back, sort of made this into a sequel, and it worked. It worked fairly well. It felt like it was, again, returned to form. It felt like it was in that world. Certain characters came back, newer characters came in. It felt like Terminator. And with it feeling like Terminator, it obviously brought loads of action. I mean, from the opening, probably 15 minutes of the movie, it is crazy, bonkers, over-the-top bananas action set pieces. I mean, if you've seen the trailer, you kind of know maybe what to expect, but you don't know what order to expect that in. And I was kind of blown away by them almost rolling these dice and risking it and making these huge action set pieces at the beginning, middle, and end of the movie. So I thought that the action was very satisfying, along with the effects of the movie. A lot of special effects in this, a lot of explosions, a lot of robot morphing, a lot of other crazy stuff. I mean, with this Terminator, the Rev 9, I believe, where it's the metal piece, the liquid piece, we decided to put them together because that's a great idea. The effects overall worked very well. I will say that maybe towards the beginning, towards the end, there are a few dodgy effects where you can clearly tell that they could have put more rendering work into it, but overall it felt like it was a very satisfying watch of a movie. I mean, this is the definition of just giant robot shenanigans, fisty fight, popcorn flick. However, like I mentioned, they rolled the dice, they risked it, they put this movie on the line, and they made some bold choices. Unfortunately, a lot of those choices did not land at all. It almost comes off as baffling as how some of this was even thought up. Obviously, this is a sequel to Terminator 2, they're forgetting the other ones, so they wanted these through beats, these through lines to connect everything into this essentially trilogy of film, but almost logic comes into the point as well, because they're playing with time elements where maybe someone from the future is in the past, in the future. It didn't make any sense. That was risky. It didn't make sense if you dive into the details of it. Along with another character, there's also those details. It didn't make much sense because I didn't see a character having those characteristics about them. And also, just no spoilers here, but there's one scene with a huge, massive explosion, and one character decides to take one little tiny object because a character is going to need it 10 minutes later. It made no sense at all. I have no idea why they would do that. It was very convenient. It felt cheap. It did not work at all. And this being sort of a mixture of Terminator 1, Terminator 2, where this lone woman is going off and she's now the savior, I guess, of the rebellion in the future. The newer characters, this Danny character, along with this robot cyborg character that comes back from the future, even Sarah Connor, unfortunately, none of these characters are compelling. It didn't give me a reason to really care about these characters. Almost Sarah Connor, I mean, that was probably the one that I leaned to the most because of the history we've gotten with this character and what she has been through. but her line delivery, the emotions, the motivations from this character, a lot of it just did not feel right. And then also, again, with the newer characters played by Mackenzie Davis and Natalia Reyes, I believe, their characters unfortunately just take a lot from the movie. It drags when they're talking. You just don't feel the drive or the terror or the logic behind any of the lines that they say or any of the decisions or actions that they make in the movie. I mean, this is a very, aside from the action, this movie is very just boring. Overall, Terminator Dark Fate is a return to form, but unfortunately does not revive the franchise entirely. With it very much feeling like a Terminator movie with big action, great effects, and some nice de-aging scenes in there, but with a lot of the choices being very baffling and characters that you just do not get on board for. I kind of want to say you should skip out on Dark Fate, but I'm going to say I'm right on the line of you should see this movie or you should skip out on this movie. If you're a fan of the Terminator franchise, you're going to find a lot from this movie. If you're just a casual person, this is going to be a boring movie to you. In closing, I'm going to give Terminator Dark Fate 2.5 out of 5 rebooted franchises. So what did you guys think of Terminator Dark Fate? I want to know in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Watch some more videos up there, movie reviews, trailer reactions, fun comedy skits. There's brand new stuff every single week on this channel, so stay tuned for that. Share out my content. If you like this stuff, subscribe, like, share it with your friends. It really helps me out. And until next time, I'll see you later.